spot at the end there with Big Show chokeslammed Mercury, and Gallows. Yeah, Gallows was already down and then pinned both of them. So,
I mean, watch eventually CM Punk's gonna beat Big Show 1-on-1, but he can't beat him in a handicap match.
Yeah, right. We had this was corny, and they had they planted the seeds, and who knows, this is WWE creative week to week, but they planted the seeds for something between Kane and Sheamus at some point with a backstage segment. Basically, Sheamus came up and asked, he wanted to borrow the casket. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Kane basically gave him a stern no, and
he pretty much told him to fuck off in so many words.
Right. Basically said if Sheamus ever interrupted him again, he'd do something. I don't know what it was.
There's something else though. We're talking about the same promos with Nexus, dude. Kane. I mean, it's interesting, but Kane's cutting the same promo every week about Undertaker.
It's just the whole Kane stuff. The whole Kane gimmick is. I don't know.
The thing with him is I just don't understand that, they've had all these years for him to be doing main event stuff, and now it just feels a little strange because he hasn't been doing the main event stuff like this for years.
I think it's so corny, bro. Like, when Taker came out, right, and Ray's down in the corner, and Taker gets on two knees, right, and he goes up and he's like, why'd you do it, Ray? Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? It's so fucking cheesy, man. Maybe it's just me. I can understand, like, if you're a 10-year-old kid, yeah, it's like, oh no, Kane's gonna get you, oh no, and then, you know what I mean? But for someone like me, it's like, oh, God.
I agree with you like that, but that's how all of WWE is to me, man. It's all corny stuff. The only interesting point with this whole Kane Undertaker thing is I want to see another casket match. I used to dig their casket matches back in, like, the Attitude Era. So
yeah, and then they made Kane, like, they had Kane Tombstone Taker. So it killed Taker's return momentum.
I disagree with you there, man. I think that was smart. Like, I think it, not making Undertaker seem like he has so much power. Like, oh, is Undertaker going to be able to overcome Kane?
Or it's a case of the Undertaker was in a vegetative state, and now that he's returned, he's
too weak.
Lost some juice, too weak, you know what I mean? So
did you hear him coughing and wheezing in the corner?
No.
He was all coughing in the corner before when he was with Rey Mysterio. I figured he was choking on a Dr. Pepper that went down the wrong tube or something.
This Kane Taker stuff, I've never been a fan of Kane. Stuff like that is corny. John Cena's the same thing when he gets in those fucking, like last night on Raw, man, when he got in that corner and he's making the jokes. About, the Wendy, the Wendy was funny. That was fucking awesome. Okay, the Wendy thing was fucking great, man.
What he called, like, Darren Young buckwheat, I mean, that's so old.
I don't know. And then he said Justin Gabriel basically implied that he was gay. Yeah, whatever, we'll get to it in Raw. Anyways, back to SummerSlam, we had, The Miz. The heel promo that he cut him in was amazing. This was Miz's promo of ever.
I definitely agree with you there, dude. We've been talking about this for weeks, so he's been gold on the mic, and
Yes, man, he is.
He's gonna be a main eventer very soon.
And he's still got that money in the bank briefcase, bro. So what you do is you promote the shit out of him for the next however long until you're ready to cash some money in the bank. It's too early, man. Promote the shit out of The Miz. I mean, he is on the verge of being the next big thing in WWE, okay? I mean, and on a week-to-week basis, they continue to push this guy. And, I mean, this is an example of creating a new star and go with it, man. They've done stuff like this before with Kofi Kingston, and is an example. Remember when they had him backstage on the NASCAR, and he did the paint thing when he was fucking with Orton?
Yeah.
and then they dropped it, and Kofi was, now
dropped it because of Orton.
yeah, but The Miz is like a guy where continue on with this, keep going with this, and then cash in the Money in the Bank, and then you built this guy up enough that when he cashes in Money in the Bank and he wins the title, people are going to take this guy as a credible champion.
Oh yeah, I mean, I agree with you 100%, dude. Miz, I think, can be a superstar, and after they're done, they need to push him, and then right after they're done pushing this guy to main event status, they need to push Daniel Bryan right behind him.
Look at the people in the chat room, the people that say, like, The Miz sucks.
I hate The Miz.
The Miz sucks dick. I hate The Miz. The Miz is super overrated. Listen, this is a guy. I mean, you cannot, if you hate this guy, if you guys really, really hate this guy, that's what WWE wants. They want you to just want to reach through your fucking TV screen and punch him in the face. I say that week after week, and
if people in the chat room are saying, who cares, or weren't even talking about Miz in the chat room, I'm saying that that would be bad. But everybody in the chat room saying, I hate Miz. He fucking sucks.
If he was a face, think about him. If he was a face, okay, not a bad guy. For those that don't know what heels and faces are, but not a bad guy. Okay, this guy would be amazing. This guy would be fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think he eventually can be a face, man. I do.
Yeah. Well, eventually. I mean, everybody goes through heel turns and face turns, but I think right now, just promote him up as this cocky heel. Keep it going. You know what I mean? Keep it going, and you've got something with this guy. And he's got the Money in the Bank briefcase, man. So unless he does something completely outrageous that he pisses off WWE management, and then they say, you know what, we got to get this briefcase off him and go out there and then have him lose a match, he's going to win the title eventually.
Yep, he has history on his side, too.
Right.
All the Money in the Briefcase guys have gone on to win, right?
Every one of them, bro.
Mm-hmm. That's a good sign.
Hey, what'd you think of Sheamus Randy Orton, bro, for the WWE title?
It kind of surprised me a little bit. Like, I thought it was better than advertised until the end. And my thing is, I mean, I know everybody loves Randy Orton. His blank stare is the new middle finger, in this era. But me personally, I'm not, like, invested in either of these guys. But otherwise, I thought it was a pretty good back and forth action nonetheless.
I hated Sheamus when he first came in, but I think now, he's grown on you.
Oh, yeah. My thing is, it's just, I don't know, man. It's like, he's just him and Orton both, man. They're just two guys that I could kind of care less about, you know what I mean? But, I don't know. The one thing I could say about this match, though, it was the tannest guy in the WWE against the palest.
Yeah, right. They did the ending sequence there, bro, where, God, Orton hit that RKO on the table, which
didn't break it.
Didn't break, man. Didn't break, which is, and you could tell. One thing about the table not breaking with Orton, you could see it in his face. Maybe this is just me looking too closely, but I could see in Orton's face that he was fucking fuming, man. He was so pissed off that table didn't break, man, because it adds life. That when the table snaps into 10,000 pieces, it makes it better, obviously.
I thought that whole beatdown at the end, dude, and that whole ending there itself, man, it just looked sloppy, you know what I mean?
Right, well, Orton, you could clearly see that Orton was pissed off, and then The Miz, after his promo, as he was headed back up the ramp, was like, yeah, baby, yeah, he nailed it. He knew it, too. He knew that he nailed that promo from fucking from the start of it to the finish of it. He nailed that, and he knew it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What
did you think of the match?
I thought it was good, man. They gave it a lot of time. The only problem I had, they did the exact same finish that they did at house show events from over the weekend, where basically,
DQ?
Yeah, they did the DQ finish, and it was to a T from what they did at house show events. So, that's what translated SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Why even do the same angle? Well, not that anybody. We don't post house show reports unless I get them through email. I'll put them up, but nobody would know other than the internet or the people that attended the house show that is what happened, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I gotcha.
We talked about Kane Mysterio for the world title. We talked about that, right?
Yeah. If you see one Rey Mysterio match, you've seen them all.
Yeah, right, with the 619 and the, usually he misses the first 619.
I was about to say, he's always botching the damn moves. So.
Well, yeah, he always misses the first 619, and then he gets it a couple seconds later.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same shit, same old shit, right? And then in our main event, we had Team WWE against Team Nexus.
What'd you think overall, buddy?
I knew, I had hinted the very last post that I put up prior to SummerSlam, before I started play-by-play coverage, the very last post, I had said that Bryan Danielson, canceled indie bookings, and there was also a date on his website for the Night of Champions pay-per-view, which is coming up next month, and that date was removed. And I don't know who updates his website, whether it's him or whether it's somebody else, but his schedule is like updated hourly, okay? So, think about this. Weekend bookings canceled. Night of Champions pay-per-view, canceled booking, okay? This is leading you to believe that something's going on here. Then you've got the whole thing with The Miz, and you're thinking, alright, Miz, Bryan Danielson, you know what I mean? And that's what we got, man. Daniel Bryan comes out, and that was that.
Well, the one thing I can say about this match, bro, is it felt, I don't know if you felt the same way, but it felt really rushed to me, and that's definitely because of the time, you know what I mean? They're, getting short on time, but the match just felt rushed. It didn't feel that great, it felt like a pay-per-view quality, and to me personally, with the Nexus losing in this, it kind of makes me think, WWE's kind of throwing in the towel on Nexus, and it just doesn't seem like they're very confident in their own storylines that they've been building up for months and months and months.
Let me just say this. I don't feel that the match was rushed because it went 35 minutes, and they went way over. Usually WWE pay-per-views end at about 10:45 Eastern Time, sometimes 10:40, and this one didn't go off the air until about 10:55 Eastern Time. And they gave it 35 minutes, and you knew
it was just ending for me then.
Yeah, it must have just been something else. But 35 minutes. The gist of this here is finally The Miz accepted, he was going to be a part of Team WWE. And as soon as his music hit, Cena grabbed the mic and said, "Wait a minute, Miz, we don't need you. We found somebody else." And Bryan Danielson comes out. Bryan comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it really just opened up an opportunity for me personally. I think it just opened up the opportunity for Daniel Bryan to take the U.S. title off Miz.
Yeah, and he was the star of that match. Him and Cena were the two stars, because it came down to, after Daniel Bryan was eliminated, it was John Cena, Justin Gabriel, and Wade Barrett.
Yeah. And
then Gabriel missed the 450, right?
Yep, and Cena pinned him right after that. He missed it.
Okay, Cena pinned it. Yeah, he missed the 450. Cena pinned him,
and all of a sudden,
then turned around and basically put Barrett in the
STF.
Yeah, right.
Maybe that's why I felt it was rushed, because right at the end there was so much, and
Yeah, it was like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
And the match was over. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. To me, coming off this match, it just kind of felt like this whole Nexus thing, WWE isn't very confident in it. Did it feel that way to you or no?
It's week to week, man. You can see it by watching it that it's week to week, and they don't have any long-term storyline for this angle. You know what I mean? And that's evident by Bryan Danielson.
Well, I think, honestly, if you think about it, man, I think Daniel Bryan, people say you were pissed for him getting fired. I think that benefited him more than anything.
Well, and here's the thing. People think that this is a work, right?